We're back here on Tri-State Sports Talk on AM 730 KWOA. We got a couple guests this week, but first we wanted to catch up with, a young lady that's had a very busy summer, and more importantly, coming back from the Junior National Volleyball Championships with a little hardware around her neck, as we were talking here with Courtney Place. Hi, Court.
Hi.
How are we doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I would imagine you're doing well. Proudly displaying that medal she has from the, as mentioned, the 2014 Junior National Volleyball Championships as the Southwest Minnesota Juniors 18 squad. You went into this tournament. What were you ranked again going into this tournament?
We were ranked 22nd.
And where did you end up?
First.
In first place, baby. Exactly. Say it with pride, Courtney. It's no problem. Kind of want to talk a little bit about that, obviously, with kind of JO volleyball, and the chance to play volleyball during the off season from the high school, level. I find it fascinating that, and really cool, the fact that you kind of get a chance to play. You kind of have that chance to play with your team for some parts of the summer, and then you have this opportunity where, this Southwest Minnesota Juniors 18 team, really kind of what you could say an all-star team. You got girls really from all over Southwest Minnesota, don't you?
Yeah, we have 4 girls from Marshall, and their program has won state 3 times in a row.
Right.
We have 2 from Minneota, which they go to state also. 1 from McRae, 1 from Bold. And I think that's about it, yeah.
And, JCC. Got
Kaylee.
Yeah,
Kaylee
Burmeister.
How could I forget about
That's
Kaylee?
Okay. Well, but again, that's kind of what I'm talking about. What I want to kind of touch on first, I should say, is how did you get picked? How does that kind of team form then? Because it's not obviously just anybody. These volleyball players we're talking about are some of the best in our area.
Yes, there's tryouts in person. Most of us did that. I know Kaylee and I went together. But you can also try out on camera if you can't make it to the date.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, most of us tried out in person.
Well, I guess let's talk a little bit about that team aspect. Is one of the other fascinating things I think girls do it better than boys, is it seems like just kind of seeing some social media and talking to you and others that the camaraderie of this team really came together really well. I mean, it seemed like you guys had a lot of fun playing together. You're not just great players, but did you guys have a blast playing together? It seemed like you did.
Yeah, we became really close, a lot more close than I thought that I would. Most of them played together last year. I was kind of one of the new people, but we all came together. They said last year that they weren't as close as this year, so it was really nice and fun.
Was that a little bit of a scary experience, kind of being the outsider looking in early?
Yes, it was scary.
Was it some of the older girls then that kind of just, it seems like that transition, though, was made pretty easy and pretty quick?
Yeah, they were all my age too. There were some last year on that team that played up. But yeah, they were really welcoming, and it was really easy to just play with them.
Let's talk a little bit about how many tournaments do you play with them, with that team then in the summer usually? How many tournaments did you play this summer with them?
Probably around 9.
Around 9. Where did you all go?
Mostly in the cities. There was one in Marshall, Sioux Falls. Mostly in the cities, though.
Is it also a little bit kind of a change where you go from a situation, obviously, with your high school team, you're, Southwest United, another great season, but you are kind of one of the leaders on that team, and now you kind of go in a situation where you have all these other great players. What's it like trying to find your place on that team? Everybody kind of did have their it worked well as a team because everybody did have their role. How hard was that to kind of find where you felt pretty comfortable in what you were doing for the team?
Our coach, Tyler Body, he told us that we all have a part in the team and we just had to find it, and it took a while for all of us to find our roles, but eventually we just all came together. For me, I was playing a position that I have never played before.
Really?
So, yeah, I was playing right side. So just trying to get better at that and try not to be the weak side of the team because I hadn't played that. Just getting stronger, I think that was my role.
What are some differences then from the middle to the right side then? What are some of the differences from what you normally played to what you had to play for this team?
The set is coming, the setter's on this side of, on the left side of you.
Okay.
So it's like a different ball. But blocking,
so it's a different like eye angle, I suppose, to kind of get used to. A different kind of like orientation.
It's a lot different.
Right.
But blocking's also different because you have to turn your right hand in, and like you're blocking outside hitters, and they're usually really strong. And I'm used to blocking right side like setters. Mm-hmm. So it's just a lot different. It was hard to get used to.
We talked about this before last time we had you in, but I just find that's what I find it so interesting about volleyball is it seems so basic in its concept, but I mean there's so much stuff going on. It's just amazing what these coaches know. I mean what they can kind of teach you, isn't it?
Yeah, our coach.
How many coaches were there altogether?
Well, there was our 17s coach Alex and our coach Tyler, and they actually got engaged before nationals.
Oh, cool.
And then the college coaches helped us out in practice, Paul and Terry. And then there was some 15s and 14s too, but we never practiced with them, so we didn't really know them too well.
All right, let's move on then to the national tournament, which great news. It was held right here in our own backyard and up in the Twin Cities. So the juniors didn't have to drive very far this time to go to the tournament. But let's talk a little bit about the tournament play. Obviously, you guys I think you really showed, obviously, a lot of strength. You can look at pool play. You go a perfect 8-0. You only drop one game. So did you guys feel like right out the gate, not only are you winning these matches, but it seemed like you guys must have been feeling pretty comfortable about how you were playing then going into the tournament and once the tournament started?
Our thing was we wanted to start strong at the tournament because we knew if we lost the first game, we wouldn't have very much of a chance to get where we wanted to get. But our main goal was not to get comfortable.
Right.
Because we knew that as we kept going, teams would get harder and harder, and we just didn't want to overlook anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So 8-0 in pool play, and that puts you in the gold bracket. And in the quarterfinals, you take on a team from Iowa and pick up a 2-0 victory there and a win over South Carolina team 2-0 in the semis. So you get to the big championship game, taking on another South Carolina team. And the cool thing was we kind of got to watch at least part of it online until the feed dropped. But I did watch the first game you won. The juniors, the Southwest Minnesota juniors, winning that first set. But what marveled, and you knew you were going to get it. You're taking on the championship, big division, 18 American. Both teams were just phenomenal. I mean, watching that first set and some of the spikes that were saved, and just that was some really high quality volleyball being played. I mean, that had to have been kind of a surreal experience just to be part of a game like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because you can't take anything for granted.
Oh, no.
I mean, you can rip one that 98% of the time in high school play is a no-doubter. And at this level, there's people that can make that play. And that's just I would imagine the mental focus has got to be something you get used to, too. I mean, you just can't give up mentally at all.
Yeah, our coach always told us every point counted in a game like that, and it did. Really did. So
you got the first game. Now, second game's kind of when the feed dropped. You lost that second one. Now, tell us about that third game, because you girls were actually down late in that third game, were you not?
Yes, we were down 10-12, and he took a timeout and kind of told us that this is it. We have to give it all we got, or there's no going back.
Did you guys say anything to each other before going back on the court?
I don't think we really had to say anything. We knew what we had to do, and we just wanted to get it done.
So what was the difference? How'd you get those final? What were some things that helped you get the final points?
I remember that I got a kill and then I came out, but then Taylor Reese, she really saved us. She was blocking well. She ended the game with a kill. They took a timeout right before the last point, and I remember we were in our huddle and we said, "This is the point. We don't want to go. No, we don't want to keep going. We just want to end it now." And I looked at her and I was just like, "End it, please." And she did, and it was really exciting. Can't explain it.
I was gonna say I know there had to be a lot of smiles and jumping for joy after that. What's that like when they put the medal around your neck? Can you describe that feeling?
Oh gosh.
I'm putting the speech expert on trial here, kind of. So.
Well, I started tearing up. I know my teammates were too.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, that's good. Amazing is a good word. Amazing is a very good word. Talking here with Courtney Place again, part of the Southwest Minnesota Juniors 18s team that won the 18 American Division at the 2014 National Juniors Volleyball Tournament. Of course, Courtney, we had in earlier this year, coming into her senior season, but already making her decision to go play for the University of North Dakota. Do they still call themselves the Fighting Sioux for now? I mean, or...
Hockey, yes.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's the hard part because I'm like sitting there going, "What do I say?" I mean, growing up, they were always the Fighting Sioux. So, but that don't matter. Are you excited? Are you excited? I know you're going up for a camp already here soon. I would imagine it's got to be pretty cool then to kind of get a little sneak peek at what's coming in the future.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited to meet all my teammates. I've met some of them at nationals and everything, and my coach came and watched the championship, so that was cool.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited to play with new players and start over again.
What kind of following did you have for the nationals? Because watching online, I saw a lot of cheering for you guys.
We have actually a big group of followers. Our parents, our grandparents, we have a huge support system, and our 17s came and cheered us on, and we could hear them, and
oh, cool.
It was just really fun.
Courtney Place, again, our guest here on Tri-State Sports Talk. You got any memories or what is there anything you're going to take away from this tournament from, I guess, camaraderie? I would imagine kind of the sometimes you kind of, as you go on, you remember the teammate experiences almost more than on the court stuff, and it seems like you're probably going to have a lot of those memories in the future.
Yeah, after we won.
Who did the funniest thing? Can you remember?
The funniest thing?
Is there anything that stuck out and just kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that?
Well...
Or can you not share on the air?
Well, I don't know. There was, after we won the championship, we had to wait in line to go on stage or whatever.
Okay.
And Kaylee Burmeister and I were standing by each other. And the rest of them, they've been to state. Some of them had won state in basketball or volleyball.
Right.
And her and I had never been to state before. And we were just kind of bawling and saying, I can't believe that we did it and we're going to get a medal. And everybody else was kind of laughing at us, so that was cool.
Very cool indeed. Courtney Place, our guest on Tri-State Sports Talk. Court, best of luck to you next year. As always, we appreciate the stop by, and have fun up at Grand Forks.
Thanks, Jared. Oh, wait.
Oh, what? What?
If you see Jared Rademacher, make sure you congratulate him on getting married.
Yes, indeed. Courtney was kind enough. Thanks you to all the places, to Mom and Dad, Julie and Keith, and Courtney and Whitney and Sydney for the excellent gift. We thank you very much. So,
anytime.
It's kind of embarrassing to say that on the air, but I do have my wedding ring on, which I almost forgot the first day of work. So that probably would not have been good if my wife found that out, right?
Right.
So, okay. All right. We're going to have more Tri-State Sports Talk coming up after this on AM 730 KWOA.